Okay, so here we are outside the virtual reality, it's the virtual reality lab. I don't know where development comes in, but the virtual reality lab with Eric Bowe, the pilot for 133, and Royce Renfrew. Are you the lead flight director?
Lead station flight director.
The lead station flight director. Tell me why there's so much action here today.
Why is there so much action?
Yeah, why is there so much action in here today?
Well, Steve Bowen
Yeah.
got assigned to the flight to replace Tim.
Mm-hmm.
What they're running today is the EVA-2 timeline, which is pretty much having Steve Bowen on the arm for the majority of the EVA.
Yeah.
So what we're doing in the VR lab here is practicing all the voice protocols between Mike Barrett and Nicole and Steve on the arm, make sure
Right.
we've got all that synced up. After we get done with that, we'll go run it in the pool where Steve actually gets to put an EMU on, and
Right.
we'll go run that in the pool to make sure
Okay.
it all works correctly. Use this, we can spend a lot more time in here if we need to reset. It's very easy to do. Work out all the kinks in the VR lab and then go run it in the pool so we're
Yeah.
confident we can go run the EVA.
So this is a nice thing. You guys, Eric, you've had, Steve's been on your crew for how long?
About a week or two.
A week or two, right? So
Steve's obviously a very experienced spacewalker, but he just needs to kind of go through. Each spacewalk is very specific in the details. A lot of common tasks, but the specifics are always something that you got to look at. And of course, different crew members might look at a problem differently. So Steve, needs to look at it and see. And Tim obviously has been helping Steve to make all this happen. So. And we plan on running this EVA. It's Monday today, and then we plan on running this in the pool on Friday for the first time to give Steve a chance to look at this EVA.
this is great. We have this lab. I think this is a good example of it because of how important its virtual reality is.
Yep.
Because here you're trying to get a guy up to speed in just a couple days. If you throw him in a pool right away, it might go okay, but it's going to go a lot better because he can practice. He can see everything he's doing virtual reality-wise through the virtual reality helmet. He can move around. You guys can practice your coordination. It's really quite before he goes in the water. And that'll be all set for his run.
For that. It's a chance that you can do it multiple times.
Right.
And we'll get in here a few more times before we actually go up.
Yeah.
And so Steve can then go out, kind of go home and look at the task again. Now he has a picture in his mind of what it's supposed to look like. And then in the pool, you can actually work with the hardware that's very similar to what it's going to be like on land.
And before we ever got in here, he spent a lot of time doing tabletop reviews, working with the EVA officers, working with Tim. This is the body position I have here. This is why. This is what I'm reaching for. So we did a lot of tabletop before we even got here. This is the next step, and then we'll get in the pool and finish it all off. And like Bim said, run it a couple more times before we go fly here. Should be
And
fun.
the Tim you're referring to is Tim Copra, who was supposed. Now this is he's been able to help out. He's been around.
He's been helping a lot, obviously, and Tim was instrumental in making this.
He was EV1, right? Wasn't he EV1?
EV1, right?
Yeah, so it was his baby. So, and he's been helping though?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, because, I mean, that's pretty good team spirit right there.
It is.
Right.
You know, because he's not able to go at the last minute.
Right.
And instead of being all bummed, which I'm sure he's disappointed, he's helping out.
This is a big team effort, and it takes a lot of people to get the job done. And obviously, Tim is disappointed, given the circumstances. But he's also willing to, get the team going. Realizes that the ultimate goal is to get the job done.
Right.
And so it's really great having. I mean, that to me is. I'm sure Royce can say the same with his team. It's just the number of people it takes to make a mission happen.
Yeah.
And then backing each other up and making things work is really top notch.
Yeah.
Tim's contributions here are really going to allow us to launch on 24.
Right.
That's what comes down.
Yeah,